Assalamu alaikum friends, my name is Bilal Khan and this is my 29th video of DevOps. So in this video I'm going to talk about Lens. Alright, so this is going to be a short video of Lens. So this will basically be an introduction of Lens. So let's talk about it. Lens is an open source application that will help you in managing and monitoring clusters in real time. Alright, so it's a powerful IDE for Kubernetes for people to deal with clusters on their daily basis. So otherwise you will have to use command line tools and big YAML files. So basically it will provide you the graphical user interface through which you can communicate with the Kubernetes. Otherwise you will have to deal with the command line tools or big YAML files, so it is going to be very difficult. So when with Lens you can use see the setup, configuration and increase the visibility that what is going on inside the cluster. Alright, so with the help of Lens you can see the exact details as in the command line, but it will be in the graphical user interface. Alright, so you can get the statistics and add your dashboard also. Alright, so let's go to the installation process. So first of all you can download it from the Lens website. So let's click on this, copy it here, and now after this let's paste it here. Sorry, so let's click it. Let's click this one. All right, so as you can see that this website is opened, or after that these are the installation options that you can go through. So I'm currently using Linux, so for Linux I will use the deb package, and you can use the ape image and snap, or the for Mac OS or Windows if you want, according to your operating system. Alright, so after that let's clear this, and now let's move to the documentation. So you can download it from the Lens website. The site will suggest the appropriate download for your system, Mac, Windows or Linux, any operating system that you want. When you first open the application, alright, so when you first download this file and then execute this file, it will prompt you for your Lens ID. Alright, so after the application is installed, it will give you the Lens ID option if you open it. Choose the Lens ID if you already have. Alright, so it is going to be giving you two options. The first one is the Lens ID if you already have, or it will give you an option to enter the ID it will show you the Lens ID that you don't have currently, but if you have the ID Lens ID, it will show you to enter this ID in this terminal. So alternatively you can select activation code to proceed with an air-gapped installation if you have already set up an activation code. Alright, so if you have an activation code, you can write this activation code here, or if you don't have an activation code, you can simply click this on Lens ID and proceed further. So if you wish to perform an air-gapped installation but don't have an activation code yet, you will need to create the Lens ID. As you can see that I'm currently present on the Lens ID option, and then with the help of the internet connected device you can do that on the Lens ID site, following the instructions below for new account creation. So it will lead you to the account creation, because after the account creation your Lens ID will be generated. So on the next page, either login or select create your Lens ID. So you will have to give your information by logging in, or if you are not logged in or if you have not created an account, you will need to give a sign up information by giving username, password, email, etc. Alright. Alternatively, you can authenticate with a GitHub or Google account also. Alright, so you can skip this process and sign up or log in through the GitHub or Google account. So you will need to verify your email, then select Add Lens Subscription. So it will show you this dashboard after you logged in or signed up. From this Lens ID management page, you will also be able to create an activation code for air-gapped installation. As you can see that it will ask you to add Lens subscription. So if you click on this, it will provide you your Lens activation code. Alright, choose the Lens Personal or Lens Pro subscription. So after that, after clicking on this button, it will lead you to another page to select the options. So if you want to go for a free version, you can do this, or if you want to go for a paid version, you can also do this. But by not wasting money for 30 days, it is also giving you 30 days free trial without entering your debit card. So you can also go with this. Now you are ready to go get started with Lens. Alright, so it will give you an option to get started in. Select Open Lens desktop to open Lens. The application will check for updates, and then you will be ready to get started. Alright, so after that you will have to launch the application, and it will help you to get started. So connecting to the cluster. So Lens, basically, let's clear this and start the Minikube again. Basically, if you didn't start this Minikube again, it will not be present in this site. As you can see that I'm currently logged out. I have stopped the Minikube cluster, so it is giving me the option to reconnect. So it is not connected now. So if I click on this, it will take me some time to be connected with the Minikube. And then if it is connected and I clicked on this, it will lead me to the Minikube cluster. So let's open the Visual Studio Code and read this data, read this description. Lens will search common directories for kube config files. Alright, so if you click Browse Cluster in Catalog on the welcome page, as you can see that this will be the welcome page, and if you click on this plus button, alright, it will show you it will search for you all the config files that are present in your local machine. Alright, so let's search on it. As you can see that I'm currently present in this dashboard, and this page will be opened for you like this. Alright, so let's click on this general or clusters. As you can see that this is the cluster file. If you click on any one of this, it will show you all the data related to the config files, and if any of the data is missing in the dashboard, you can sync it. Alright, as you can see that it will be synced. But I have already present the Minikube here, so I have how can I add the Minikube? First of all, it will automatically add the Minikube in your Lens IDE, but if it didn't add in your Lens IDE, then you can also do it manually. So let's first of all read this. You may already find some clusters listed, as I have shown you that the clusters will be listed. Local development cluster, for example, you can simply click on these clusters to connect with them with Lens. Alright, so it will be synced with the Lens. If the Minikube cluster is not present, then it is the problem of the configuration files. Alright, so the configuration file is not really set up so that the Minikube should be present in the Lens. So you will need to make changes in the configuration file. So how to make the changes in the configuration file? So first of all, open the cube directory, .cube directory that is present in the home directory. So as you can see that I'm currently present in the home directory, and inside it, if you click on search it, as you can see that currently this is the cube directory. Alright, .cube directory. So if I click on this, this is the configuration file. So currently I have set up this configuration file, and that's why it is showing me the Minikube cluster. But before setting up this, you will see this kind of data in the configuration file. You open the config file. If the data inside the config file is like the below data, then it means that Minikube won't appear. Alright, so if the data is like this, that the Minikube won't appear. So you will have to set up the data like I have shown you here, like this. So how to set up the data? The solution for this is to copy the data of the admin .conf file and paste it into the config file. Admin conf file will be present in the home directory. So let's search it. As you can see that this will be here you can see that this is the admin.conf file. So let's click on this. This is the data that is present in the admin.conf file. I will have to copy this and paste it here. Alright. So after pasting it here and saving it, the data will be shown in the Minikube cluster will be present inside the Lens IDE. Alright. So let's take a look at the Lens IDE. So simply walk you through this IDE, what this IDE will look like. So first of all, the data will be present like this. Alright, so it will go show you some preferences, catalog. Alright, and After that, welcome page. So these are the Lens website or Lens on Twitter. So this is the intro of the Lens. After that, if you click on the general, these are the three pages that are going to be shown to you. So if you click on the preferences, it will show you in the settings of the Lens. So this is the app setting, and this is the proxy, this is Kubernetes, editor, terminal, so telemetry. So these are some of the settings that you will go through. And if you want to know each of the details, then this video will not be enough to show you all the details. Basically, I'm going to walk you through all the details. So through this command, preferences, you can go through the settings. Welcome page, as you can see that this will be the welcome page. This will show you here. As you can see that I have activated the Lens Pro trial, alright, for 30 days. So after 30 days, it will ask me to enter the debit card details, and then it will give me access to the paid subscription. So after that, let's click on the clusters. As you can see that currently I have two clusters. The first one is disconnected, and the second Minikube is activated. Why? Because the Minikube, I have started it here. So let's click on this. As you can see, inside the Minikube, this is the cluster. So first of all, this dashboard will be shown to you. So currently there is no issue found here. And then this is the error that it is showing me that metrics are not available due to missing or invalid Prometheus configuration. Basically, it is going to monitor the data with the help of Prometheus, but I'm not going to show you how to set up the Prometheus configuration, because this video will be so long. So if it is possible, I will make another video separately for this purpose. So currently there is no issue found in the Minikube, and if you want to get into the terminal, you will simply click on this button, and this is how you can open the terminal inside your Lens dashboard. So if I click ls, you will see that all the files are present inside this also. kubectl, get pods. As you can see that these are the pods that are currently running. So if you want to add another terminal, you can also do this, but I'm going to let's add another terminal. Alright, so this is how you can do this. So now let's move to the nodes. So nodes, as you can see that currently I'm using only one node because I'm using Minikube. So if I click on this, as you can see, these are the details of the Minikube. Alright, so this Minikube was created 5 days ago, and name is the Minikube internal IP address. If I click on this is the IP address of the Minikube, and if I click on this, clear Minikube IP, this IP address is same as this IP. Alright, so both of the IP address are same. So hostname Minikube, OS Linux, OS image Ubuntu, kernel version, Docker, kubelet version, everything are mentioned here. Labels, these are the kind of labels that are only mentioned, only is present with the Minikube. So if you don't know about the labels, you can check out my previous video. I have mentioned it in details. So annotations, condition is ready, and these are the capacity of the Minikube. These are the ports that are currently running in the Minikube node. Alright, so these are other details that you can go through. So after that, if you want to check them in a file, you can click on this edit button. Alright, as you can see that these are the details that are currently present in the Minikube file, Minikube node. Alright, so you can edit it. So I'm going to cancel it. So now let's close this, and you can also delete it, but I'm not going to delete it here. After that, what are the details that are missing now? So let's move to the workload. So workload is basically show you the overview of the pods, deployments, daemon sets, stateful sets, replica sets, job, cron job, etc. So these are basically showing you the events that are currently present with this Minikube node. So currently there are 3 pods running and 1 job is running, but these are the details. These events are not happening in this Minikube node. So currently there are 3 pods. If you click on this pod, it will show you these 3 pods, and 3 of them are running. And if you want to check the details of this node, you can simply click on this and click on this edit button. You can check them. or if you want to get the details via logs, you can also get them. Alright, as you can see, this will be the result of the this test board. Or let's take another option. So you can also delete it. So this is how you can go check test board. So these are also the details of the test board. You can check it out. Alright. So now let's close this, and after that these are the deployments. As you can see that currently there are no deployments, but the job is present. If you take a look at the job, this job is filled. So cron jobs, currently there are no cron job present here. So now let's move to the configuration. So configuration will basically, if you take a look at this website, I will give a link into the description below. So config map is an object used to store non-confidential data in key value pairs. Alright, so it will store the data in key value pairs. So let's open this, and after that, this is the config map, and these are the information of the config map. Currently this in kuberoot is created by default, and after that these are the secrets. These are some of the other things related to the configuration. So the next thing, the network services. There are currently two services, the demo services that I have shown you in the previous video. If you didn't check it out, you need to check the video of the demo services, what is the service and how it will perform functionality. And this is the Kubernetes cluster that was present by default. So both of these services are active. These are the endpoints, alright, ingress, policy, network policies, and after that the storage. So it will store the persistent value or it will store the volumes, alright. So these are storage. This is the standard storage that you can check out, that you can check it out, alright. So if you want to take a look at all of these, and if you know what each of these things are doing, you can basically go to this website. I will give a link to the description in the description below. You can check it out also. So after that, let's close it. These are the namespaces, all right, and these are the events that some of the events are failed, and some of the events are passed. So after that, let's go to the settings. This is the minikube setting. Alright, so previously in the preferences, that was only that was the general settings or the lens setting, but it is only specific to the minikube. So proxy, terminal, by default you can change it also, namespaces, metrics. Alright, so these are the extensions that you can give. So after that, let's go to the home, and now let's open the Visual Studio Code. So create a resource. How you can create a resource? Click on the plus button to open a terminal and click to create a resource. Let's take a look at this. So open it, Makecube, and open the cluster. As you can see that this is showing you the plus button. So I want to open another terminal. So let's look at this create resource. This was the terminal session through which I can open a terminal, but to create a resource I can click on this create resource. After that, if I want to write any kind of event, or if I want to write any kind of object, automatically I can simply click on this. Alright, so first of all, let's take a look at the pod. As you can see that the pod is created, and this is a sample of the pod that is created by automatically. And if you want to write a cron job, you can write it. Alright, so it will automatically create a sample of cron job for you. Cluster role, this is a cluster role for you, sample of the cluster role. After that, let's take a look at this pod. So if I want to create a pod, I will simply click on this, create and close, and it will make a pod for me. So first of all, I will need to give it a name. Let's give it a name, new pod. All right. So let's give it a name, because the static web was also present. So let's click on this, As you can see, that new port successfully created. Alright, so it is going to show me the message. As you can see that previously it was giving me the message of pending, but now it is showing me the running message. So if I click on the workloads and take a look at this port, you will see that this code is created. Alright, 21 seconds ago, 22 seconds. So this is the information of the port that you will that is created now. And if you want to take a look at this in the terminal, you will write kubectl get ports, and as you can see that new port is created 35 seconds ago and it is currently running. So if you want to edit it, you can also edit it. Let's take a look at this. Let's first of all log this, and it will show you the processes that this port is running. And after that, let's take a look at edit button. You will see that it has created the resources that it is currently running. So this is how you can use the node. This is how you can use the lens, and this is how you can brief overview. This application will do Kubernetes, which is also possible in the graphical user interface. But before that, it was only possible in the command line prompt. So now it can be done in the IDE or the graphical user interface. So after the terminal is open, just select the type of the resource that you want. Alright, so we have discussed it. So that's it for now. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, then make sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, then please ask those questions in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer all of them. So till then, goodbye.